Welcome back to Momentum to Millions. I'm Julie Steelman. Ah, let's just take a breath. I want to give you a pep talk today. I want to talk about social media a little bit. I recently had a breakdown and I was talking to my coach and she's like, "What do you need today?" And I'm like, "I need an intervention." Right? And so how many of you, like me, feel like social media isn't your first love? And yet we have these gifts and these wisdom and sacred bodies of work that need to get out into the world, right? And the thing is, I was really frustrated about Instagram. And we probably all have our pet peeve platform, right? And my coach said to me, she goes, "Just let it all out, let it all out." And what happened was, I'm such an epic wildlife person that I'm sick of people tagging me on stuff that I know is fake wildlife stuff that's curated, that are animals that are inside of fences and in containers, right? And that they're not wild and they're not free. And there's a few people in the world that are household names that people follow and they love, yet everything they do is baited. And I have an issue with that because I want the wildlife to be free, because I think we should get to be free too in our feminine freedom, right? And so I wasn't on Instagram. I wasn't interacting. I wasn't posting anything. Every time I thought about Instagram, I was like, ugh, I don't want to open it, right? I don't want anything to do with it. And I realized that that was holding me back. And then I started to not want to post on any social media. And so I'll be transparent. I can be really inconsistent, and that's not what I want to do because I want to show my clients that I'm serious. And I've made a new vow, and I want you to make a vow with me today, too, right? About you getting your messaging out there. And these triggers and these things that we bump into, the same things we bump into about we don't like the way certain people acquire or use money. We don't like the way certain people use social media. And we've, to some degree, turned into a selfie narcissistic generation instead of a service generation. And I know that you have incredible gifts of soul service that you want to give and you want to do and you want to put out into the world, right? And so the places we get held back in our visibility, right? This was holding my visibility back to stay frustrated with all these people that bait wildlife and show them in scenarios that will end up hurting the wildlife. And I speak from a place of having done a lot of marine mammal rehab, rescue, disentanglement, as well as mammals. And what I see and what I know is that human interaction creates a certain scenario. And so I had let that really get in the way of me being visible. And I needed to change that. And so what I worked through was that I'm not those people. And the couple of things that I want to offer you is that when we're on social media and we come across something, and even if it's on the news or even if it's about, someone with a lot of money or whatever, is that if it triggers us, that we need expression around that to not just keep stacking that up and holding that all in, because then it builds up this wall, which is where I had gotten to or had stopped totally talking about one of my passions. And I don't want to be suppressed and silenced, yet I was doing it to myself. And I don't want that for you either, right? And that is that we need to speak up. And so we can speak up in the moment and we can look at a social media post. We can look at something on Instagram and we can say, do better. We can even point to ourselves and say, do better, right? And what that does is that we need to express it so that we can let it go. And then we can say what we need to say about it and move on and keep doing what we need to do. And so my social media transformation and inspiration that came out of doing this was I was able to shift my inner mantra around, I want to avoid this because I don't see myself as an influencer, like I have power over you. I want to be in relationship with you. So that's always bugged me a little bit. And I've had to really re-own and take back my social media from the tyranny of those who want to tell me how to do it right versus be myself. And so I need to post videos of me out on my bobcat walks in my goofy hat with no makeup on. And I want to encourage you to share all of who you are and be all of who you are. And so the mantra that I've come up with is that's really landed for me, that's shifted this for me, is what I post in my feed meets someone who's in need. Let me say that again. What I post in my feed meets someone who's in need. And that is like gold, because we're of the service mindset, not the selfie mindset, right? And there's a place for us in social media. There's a place for us in the world. There's a place that we need to be telling our stories. We need to be sharing our truths. We need to be sharing our isms, and we need to be out there in the world. And this is just how it works right now, right? And so what if you leave this episode today with a new mantra about what you post in your feed meets someone in need? Because we are women, we are feminine, we are marketers that want to provide relief and respite with the things that we're saying. Yes, we want to book clients, we want to pull them in, and we will. But when we're in the in-betweens of making offers, it's a great time to talk about your point of view and your worldview, because that builds trust and relationship. And why do we want that? We want that because when we're talking to people or we're leading something, they have the confidence to buy from us. And so in today's world, at this moment, to meet the moment, trust is the new currency. So showing up consistently, even if that's once a week or twice a week, doesn't have to be every single day, okay? And communicating and really making posts that come from your heart about your truth, about your niche and your clients and what you see for them that they don't see for themselves, right? And you put those values, infuse your values into every single post that you make, you will meet someone in need who wants to read what's in your feed. Okay, you got it? All right. That's how we're going to get on this path, right? To extraordinary impact and income and get to that 7-figure level, that 6-figure level, that 5-figure level, right? Because the way to the 7-figure path starts with a 5-figure path and a 6-figure path. And we need to use organic marketing like never before, because people shop us, they check us out, and they want to see what we're up to. All right. Until next time, stay fiercely feminine.